Get your kicks on Route 66.
Hey everyone, it's Julian Gordon here, and we're now in video 2, and we're going to discuss your intellectual capital. The beautiful thing about intellectual capital is that you only need 3 things to develop it. You need time, a library card, and the internet. If you have those 3 things, you can master just about anything in the world that you want to. But here's the weird thing is that most of us have been in school for 12 plus years now, and none of us feel like we're masters at anything, despite all that time in quote-unquote education. Right? Don't you think that's kind of weird? And so the reason is that we bought into this belief about the jack of all trades, that we should know a little about a lot, right? And that's what a GPA is. You're supposed to take 6 classes and you're supposed to try to get A's in all of them, right? If you come home with 5 A's and 1 F, what does everybody tell you to focus on? They tell you to focus on that F. Instead of giving you more of what you've already demonstrated you're great at and what you're passionate about and what you love doing, they want you to bring up the F so that you can be average at all these things. And that's completely backwards. When you study the lives of successful people, they all try to find that one thing that they can master, and they focus all their time and energy on that first, right? And so what we want to do is actually help you figure out what it is that you want to master. What do you want to be a world expert at? And it could be a skill and or a subject, so that you can walk into a room of 1,000 people and know with confidence that you are one of the top 3 people in that room on that particular subject, or that can execute that skill. Now the weird thing about college is that you're supposed to come in and you're supposed to choose a major, but what if the thing that you want to master isn't on the major list? Then you're kind of stuck and you're forced to choose something that you don't really care about. And in addition to that, they say that in order to be an expert at something requires 10,000 hours of practice, right? It's called the 10,000 hour rule. That means you need to practice 20 hours a week, 50 weeks a year, for 10 years to be an expert on something. Now with all the time that you have in college, this is a perfect time to get a big chunk of those 10,000 hours. And so I'm about to show you some things on the Route 66 list that will actually help you to develop what it is that you want to master, and then create time and space in your college experience to actually do that. So stick with me, and we're going to move on into some slides that will show you some things on the Route 66 list that will help you develop what it is that you want to master. One of the ways to develop your intellectual capital is to conduct research with a professor. When I was at UCLA, I studied under the late Chip Anderson for 3 years as we were studying student success and strengths. Little did I know that this would shape my professional path 10 years later. By doing research with a professor, you're going above and beyond just being a student and being a passive recipient of information. You actually being proactive and asking critical questions, and then doing the research and finding the numbers to support or disprove a particular hypothesis. The next thing you should do to develop your intellectual capital is learn a foreign language. I missed this opportunity during undergrad, even though I took Spanish for 3 years. When I was taking it, I was just taking it to pass the class. I didn't take it as if I was going to need Spanish for the rest of my life. Now here we are 10 years later in a globalized economy where Spanish will be extremely valuable to my professional path. So I really encourage you to take whatever foreign language requirement you have seriously, because it will help you in the long run. You also have to keep in mind that when you graduate, there are going to be thousands and thousands and thousands of people all across the country who are graduating with the same major and the same degree as you. So in order to distinguish yourself from all of those people, I encourage you to earn a certificate or license relevant to your career path. And there's all kinds of certificates and licenses out there. You just have to do some research. So for example, there's a certified financial planner, certified public accountant. Here you see an example of a Six Sigma Black Belt certificate, which is for people going into operations. You could get a certificate in project management. There's all kinds of opportunities out there. Some may be on your campus, but some may require you to take additional classes outside of your campus. But I guarantee that having a certificate will actually distinguish you in the interview or hiring process. A lot of people will wait till after graduation to start to seek these kind of things, but I'm encouraging you to do it before you graduate. Once you've mastered something, you can turn it into a skill, and skills are what are valuable in the marketplace. When you are able to go into an interview or into a company or into a project and say that this is my skill, and I guarantee that I am one of the best people in this room right now at this particular thing, that is what creates value for people, that's what creates value in the world, and that's what makes you distinct. So a lot of people are going to major in whatever it is that you decide to major in, but not everybody's going to master what it is that you will say you want to master. So I want you to declare that right now and get on your 10,000 hours of practice. All right? So again, take notes, take care, take Route 66. I'll see you very, very soon. Looking forward to coming to your campus, and take care.